Delegate Byron, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, since we gavelled into order 21 days ago, our colleagues across the aisle have made woman a central focus, perhaps the central focus of this year's session. This House elected its first woman speaker and its first woman clerk, and the majority caucus chose a woman to be their floor leader. Then, a few days later, this House voted to ratify an amendment to the United States Constitution that proponents claim will guarantee equal rights for women, even though that amendment is no longer pending before the states. That action, as well as yesterday's approval of the companion resolution from the body in the Capitol's West Wing, was met with raucous cheers from a gallery filled with women who share the majority's views. Today, we are moving beyond milestones and symbolic gestures. Today, by its action on this bill, we will learn what this House really thinks about women and their rights. Do we believe women have a right and are entitled to complete and comprehensive information before they consent to a life-altering and, for a child, life-ending surgery? When women are contemplating that decision, do we believe they have a right and should be entitled to see the results of every medically necessary test performed on them in preparation for that surgery? Do we believe women have a right and are entitled to have a physician, not an assistant or a nurse, perform that surgery? Do we believe women should have the right to have a procedure as sensitive and as serious as this be performed in a facility that meets accepted medical safety standards like other surgeries do? This legislation would obliterate all of those safeguards for women. It establishes standards so lax, so casual, that anyone, at any time, almost anywhere, can have an abortion performed by just about anybody. We frequently hear from the other side of the aisle that they trust women. If those who supported this legislation truly trusted women, they wouldn't subject them to a serious medical procedure without being allowed to see the test results, performed in a medically substandard facility by someone other than a doctor. That isn't trusting women. That's a recipe for abusing them. Some of you have daughters, or even granddaughters, that maybe someday be in a situation that brings them to this decision. Don't you want them to have all the information available before they make that decision? What about the unborn little girl's rights that might be growing in that womb? When does she get the most fundamental right to life, referenced in our Declaration of Independence and established in our Constitution? If you care about the safety of women, if you're truly committed to their equality, if you believe they're entitled to the same protections under the law as men, don't deny them the standard of care to which they're entitled. I urge my colleagues to vote no on this bill. Thank you, Madam Speaker.